Have you ever looked at your plate and thought, this used to be fine when I was younger, so why does it make me feel so sluggish now? Maybe you've noticed your digestion isn't quite what it used to be, or certain meals leave you more tired than satisfied. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we get older, our bodies go through all sorts of changes: slower metabolism, weaker digestion, less muscle mass, even changes in how our taste buds work. But here's the good news: knowing what not to eat after 70 can give you back some of that energy, that lightness, that comfort you may have lost somewhere along the way. Now, this isn't about giving up everything you love or going on some extreme diet. This is about making smarter choices that support your body, your brain, and your independence as you age. What we put on our plate has a direct impact on how we feel, physically, mentally, and even emotionally. And after 70, every bite matters just a little more than it used to. Let's start with something most people never question: processed meats. Think about the deli ham, the bacon on Sunday morning, the sausage links you throw into the pan for a quick dinner. They might taste great, sure, and maybe they've been part of your routine for years. But after 70, these highly processed meats can take a real toll. Why? Because they're loaded with sodium, preservatives like nitrates, and saturated fats. Your heart, kidneys, and blood vessels aren't as resilient as they were in your 40s or 50s. So when you eat foods that put added pressure on your blood pressure or cholesterol, it adds up fast. Instead of ditching meat altogether, just try swapping in some lean, fresh-cooked options. A little grilled chicken, roasted turkey, or even plant-based choices like lentils and beans can give you the protein your muscles still need, without the added chemicals that weigh your system down. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. You're not 25 anymore, and that's not a bad thing. You're wiser now. And part of that wisdom means knowing when it's time to adjust. Now let's talk about something that sneaks up on almost everyone: sugary healthy foods. You know the ones: flavored yogurts, fruit juices, energy bars. They show up in the grocery aisle with bright labels that scream natural or low fat, but take a look at the ingredients, and it's a different story. Sugar hides behind names like corn syrup, maltodextrin, or evaporated cane juice, and even small amounts can spike your blood sugar in ways that leave you feeling tired, foggy, or worse, at risk for diabetes and inflammation. At this age, your body processes sugar differently. It's slower, less efficient, and more likely to turn that sugar into belly fat or joint pain. But again, this isn't about never having something sweet. It's about choosing smarter. If you like yogurt, pick the plain kind and add real fruit. If you love fruit juice, try diluting it with water, or better yet, eat the whole fruit instead. You'll still get the flavor, but with fiber and nutrients that actually support your digestion and brain health. Little swaps like that can make a big difference in how you feel day to day. And speaking of digestion, there's another common culprit we need to bring up: white bread and refined grains. They might be easy to chew and go down without fuss, but they often do more harm than good once they're inside your body. After 70, your digestion slows down. Fiber becomes more important than ever, not just for regularity, but for heart health and even mental clarity. White bread, pasta, and pastries are stripped of that helpful fiber. They turn to sugar quickly in your bloodstream and offer very little nutritional value. Switching to whole grains like oatmeal, brown rice, or whole wheat toast may not sound exciting, but it can absolutely change how you feel. Many older adults notice more stable energy, fewer sugar crashes, and even better mood when they make that shift. And the great thing is, your taste buds do adjust. What may seem bland at first can start tasting more flavorful once you're no longer overwhelmed by all that added sugar and salt in processed foods. Now here's a surprising one: diet sodas and artificial sweeteners. You might think you're doing something good by cutting the sugar, but artificial sweeteners like aspartame or sucralose have their own set of problems. Some studies suggest they can disrupt gut health, confuse your body's hunger signals, and even raise the risk of stroke in older adults. Plus, they often make cravings worse. You start out with a light drink and somehow end up reaching for a bag of chips an hour later. What's a better option? Good old-fashioned water. Add lemon, cucumber, or berries if you want a little flavor. Herbal teas are also a lovely alternative, and many of them support digestion, calm inflammation, or help you sleep better. Your body works hard every day to keep you going. Fuel it with something that gives back. It's never about being perfect. It's about listening to your body and responding with care. Every food choice is a chance to either support your well-being or drag it down. And at this stage in life, we've earned the right to feel good. We've raised families, worked hard, faced challenges. The least we can do for ourselves now is make choices that honor the body we're living in today, not the one we had at 30. So if you've been feeling more tired lately, or like your digestion just isn't keeping up, don't ignore it. Start by looking at what's on your plate. A few simple shifts: cutting back on processed meats, watching the sugar in healthy snacks, switching from white bread to whole grains, can go a long way in helping you feel stronger, lighter, and more energized. Now that we've started to look at some of the biggest food traps to avoid, let's keep going and uncover a few more that might be hiding in plain sight. Watching and feel that these insights are meaningful. Please type number 2 in the comments to let me know you're still with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I warmly invite you to do so, and don't forget to turn on the bell, so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos designed to uplift, inform, and inspire. Your support truly means a lot. It's what keeps us going and allows us to continue sharing thoughtful, helpful content just for you. Now, let's continue this journey together. Now, I know it's not always easy to change what we eat, especially when it's something we've enjoyed for decades. But the truth is, our bodies change as we age. What worked just fine at 40 or 50 might not serve us so well now. And one of the biggest culprits hiding in plain sight? Highly processed snacks. I'm talking about those crispy, salty, oh-so addictive chips, crackers that seem healthy because they say whole grain on the box, even granola bars that promise energy but are really just candy bars in disguise. These foods might give you a quick burst of satisfaction, but they come with a price. They're often packed with refined flours, unhealthy oils, sodium, and hidden sugars, all of which can increase inflammation, raise your blood pressure, and mess with your blood sugar levels. The tricky part? Many of these snacks are marketed as light or better-for-you options, especially to older adults. But don't let the labels fool you. If it comes in a box with a long list of ingredients you can't pronounce, chances are it's not doing your body any favors. Now, I'm not saying you have to give up snacks altogether. We all enjoy a little something between meals. But instead of reaching for a bag of chips or a sugar-laced granola bar, try keeping some healthier options on hand. A handful of unsalted nuts, a piece of fruit with nut butter, or even plain popcorn with a dash of olive oil can hit the spot, without the blood sugar roller coaster or the belly bloat. Speaking of sugar, let's talk about desserts and sweet drinks. I know. This one stings a little. Many of us grew up with dessert being the grand finale of every meal. A slice of pie, a scoop of ice cream, a piece of chocolate cake, that was tradition. But after 70, our metabolism slows down and our insulin sensitivity drops. That means our bodies can't handle sugar the way they used to. Even if you've never had diabetes, regularly eating sugary foods can increase your risk, not to mention contribute to brain fog, fatigue, and even joint pain. It's not just the obvious stuff like cakes and cookies either. Watch out for those healthy flavored yogurts, fruit juices, and fancy coffee drinks. Some of them have more sugar than a can of soda. And when you drink your sugar, it hits your bloodstream even faster, which makes your pancreas work overtime. That's the kind of stress we just don't need after 70. If you've got a sweet tooth, don't worry, you don't have to go cold turkey. There are still ways to satisfy it without harming your health. Fresh fruit is a wonderful choice. Berries, in particular, are packed with antioxidants and fiber. You can also try making your own desserts at home using ingredients like mashed bananas, dates, or applesauce to sweeten naturally. And if you're looking for a cool treat in the summer, frozen banana slices blended into a creamy nice cream is surprisingly delicious, and good for you too. Now let's shift gears to another big one, red meat. Look, I'm not here to tell you that a steak every now and then will ruin your health. But eating large amounts of red meat, especially processed types like bacon, sausages, deli ham, and hot dogs, can be hard on your heart, kidneys, and even your colon. As we age, our digestive system becomes more sensitive, and our risk for certain diseases, like colorectal cancer and heart disease, naturally increases. The problem with processed meats isn't just the meat itself, it's also the additives. Nitrates, preservatives, excess salt, all of these can be irritating to your body and promote inflammation. And again, it's about patterns. If you're having bacon with breakfast, a ham sandwich for lunch, and meatloaf for dinner, that adds up fast. If you're a meat lover, consider making a few simple swaps. Instead of a big beef burger, try a grilled chicken breast or a lentil-based patty. Switch out sausage for spiced ground turkey or beans in your favorite stew. And hey, if you're feeling adventurous, give mushrooms a try. They have a meaty texture and absorb flavors beautifully. Your goal isn't to give up everything you love. It's to eat in a way that gives you more energy, more mobility, and more good days. And honestly, that's what we all want, right? Now, before we wrap up this part, I want to talk about one more common food that can sneak up on us: white bread. Soft, fluffy, familiar, it's been a breakfast and sandwich staple for decades. But here's the thing, white bread is made from refined flour, which means most of the fiber and nutrients have been stripped away. When you eat it, your blood sugar spikes, then crashes, leaving you feeling tired, hungry, and maybe even cranky. Not a great combo. Instead of white bread, try whole grain or sprouted grain options. They digest more slowly, keep your energy steady, and give you the fiber your digestive system needs to stay regular. And don't be afraid to experiment. There are so many new options out there, from oat bread to flaxseed loaves, that are both delicious and nourishing. Every time you choose a food that supports your body, rather than works against it, you're giving yourself a little gift. A gift of better energy, a stronger mind, and more freedom to enjoy the life you've built. And you deserve that. And here's something a lot of people overlook, but it can quietly chip away at your health after 70, processed meats. You know, those deli slices, hot dogs, bacon, sausages. They might be convenient and tasty, but they're often packed with preservatives, nitrates, and an unhealthy amount of sodium. Even a couple slices here and there, over time, can increase your risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and even certain cancers. I know, it's not always easy to let go of comfort foods, especially ones that bring back memories, maybe a Sunday breakfast with crispy bacon, or a ham sandwich you've had since you were young. But now's the time to shift toward healthier swaps that still satisfy. Try roasted chicken breast instead of deli meat. Go for turkey bacon or even plant-based sausage options once in a while. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Even replacing a few servings a week can make a noticeable difference in how your body feels and functions. Now, let's touch on one of the sneakiest culprits in our kitchens: ultra-processed snacks. Chips, packaged cookies, microwave-ready meals, and even some seemingly healthy granola bars fall into this category. These products are designed to be addictive, with just the right combo of salt, sugar, and fat. But they're stripped of nutrients, fiber, and anything that actually helps your body thrive. If you find yourself reaching for these snacks out of habit or boredom, you're not alone. It happens to all of us. But here's a simple trick: start by not buying them. I know it sounds obvious, but if it's not in your pantry, you're far less likely to eat it. Replace them with snacks that give you energy without draining your health, like a handful of nuts, a piece of dark chocolate with almonds, or even air-popped popcorn with a sprinkle of olive oil and herbs. Keep your kitchen stocked with foods that support you, not work against you. Let's take a breath here and talk about something that's not just about what we eat, but how we think about eating. Sometimes we cling to foods from our past not just for flavor, but for the comfort they give us. And that's okay. Food is deeply emotional. But when comfort starts to come at the expense of your energy, your joints, your sleep, or your digestion, that's when it's time to rethink. Not restrict, just rethink. The good news? It's never too late to change. Your body is incredibly resilient. Whether you're 71 or 91, every meal is a new chance to choose something that nourishes you. You don't have to go gluten-free, vegan, or organic overnight. You just have to make one small swap at a time. Less soda, more water. Less sugar, more berries. Fewer frozen dinners, more home-cooked soups and stews. And most importantly, give yourself grace. Aging isn't about giving things up, it's about leaning into what makes you feel alive and capable. Sometimes that's a warm bowl of oatmeal instead of a sugary cereal. Sometimes it's choosing salmon over sausage. These small moments add up. You won't just see the change, you'll feel it. So if you've been feeling a bit more tired lately, or your digestion hasn't been quite right, or you've noticed your skin looking a little dull, take a look at your plate. Because what you eat after 70 matters more than ever. It's your fuel, your protection, your way to show your body the respect it deserves for carrying you this far. Now I want to hear from you. What's one food you've decided to cut back on, or one you've started adding in, that's made you feel better? Let's inspire each other in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more tips on living strong, staying independent, and thriving after 60. Here's to your health, your energy, and your joy, because life doesn't end after 70. In many ways, it's just getting good.